The George Washington Law School courtyard used to be considered the most beautiful place on campus. In fact, Time magazine accidentally used a photo of it when running the feature America's Nicest Prisons for Singles Under 50. But even this beautiful place has scars. Scars from a war not so long ago.
It was a dark time, and I think we all regret the role we played in it.
Look, man, it was a long time ago. I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing.
I witnessed all of it, and truth be told, I did nothing whatsoever. But hey, that's teaching.
I of course refer to the Great Civil War between the law students and the kids from the School Without Walls for control over the GW Law School courtyard. It was a war waged by frisbees and hacky sacks. Before we get to that, it's important to lay down the law of the land.
As anyone can tell you, there are a variety of interest groups competing for power over the GW Law courtyard. There are the undergrads with their stupendous sorority Big Little reveals and shirtless frat fundraisers, and then there are the Bs with whom the law students have now engaged in a steady détente. Then there are the students from the School Without Walls. What's particularly striking about the School Without Walls is that it definitely has walls.
I don't know, I think the walls were an architectural flaw.
Some say the school was originally attended by the Walls family, who, due to allegations of witchcraft, alchemy, and veganism, were expelled into perpetuity, thus becoming the School Without Walls.
And of course there are the law students, with their shallow eyes and shallower pockets. To this day, the law students maintain they were not the aggressors in the conflict. Rather, they point to the shout heard round the courtyard.
The yell had clearly interrupted one of the hardest exams in the school, Professor Sonia Suter-Schwartz's exam. It was question 2 of the essay portion where, in the fact pattern, Jon Snow had just been punched in the face by Daenerys. Which, you know, is devastating on a non-legal level because they're family and lovers. No, it wasn't in the fact pattern, but it was canon.
What's dubious about this explanation was, despite the yell occurring during the exam, the first battle of the war did not occur until after grades were released.
The only possible explanation as to why my grade was that bad was because of the yell. It clearly interrupted the test-taking momentum.
Nah, man. I literally just wrote the lyrics for Despacito for one of the essays. C+ though.
The first battle occurred on January 8th, and it was pure pandemonium. It was the Gettysburg of Foggy Bottom. The Gettys Bottom? No, the Foggiesburg. Yeah, that's it.
Do you even know who my dad is? Do you know who my father is? No, seriously, does anybody know who my father is?
Was anyone actually hurt? No, they're literally kids. That would be super fucked up.
However, there was something else. It was, of course, the specter of exploitative capitalism.
The Uptowner Cafe is a restaurant once owned by the Enron Restaurant Group and eventually sold to Halliburton Enterprises. However, its history is much more prestigious. It was named after the historical figure John C. Uptowner, a general in the Revolutionary War known for the forgotten Battle of Jacksonville.
What many don't know was that the Uptowner was in fact selling food to both sides, the law students and the kids from the School Without Walls. They were, in effect, war profiteers.
So here's what happened with the Uptowner. There was one on every street corner. Everybody was going there. And they kept coming, and they started franchise. They were all over the place. We didn't have any choice. We had to sue them, and we took it all the way to the Supreme Court. And you know what else happened? We had to stop working on the impeachment, all because of the Uptowner. But the coup de grace, they took the Dean Morrison sandwich off the menu. Cowards.
But all wars must eventually come to an end. However, no one expected the war to end quite like this.
It was honestly something resembling a miracle.
There was literally no explanation for it. It defied all modern physics.
It appears that, tired of the war, the bees had hatched a plan. And simply put,
The bees built a wall.
The bees built a wall in the middle of the courtyard designed to split the territory between the School Without Walls kids and the law students. It was the most ridiculous thing I've seen in 25 years of teaching, and I saw Michael Avenatti study for his ethics final.
the bees. Once the czars of the GW Law patio had become its greatest savior. And for the conflict without walls, in the end, the solution was a wall. This has been GW Law, an American tragedy.